So I want to quickly talk about the outrage behind Loni Love from The Real saying that a lot of black men cheat on their partners.
In the black community, I don't speak for the black community, but I do think that a lot of black men, they really don't know how to have true, faithful relationships. They think because they have money, because they have power, that they can treat women any kind of way.
Loni Love is saying things.
And that is something we need to work on. We need to work on that. That money and power does not mean that you can just do whatever you want to do.
I think sadly in so many cultures that is the whole machismo thing. Like that goes across the board. But I'm gonna say
it's not across the board, because what is happening is that we are still dealing with the point of slavery. And we are descendants of slavery. And because our families were broken up, we still do not have an idea of how to have together families, because our families were broken up.
Yes,
and until we really
from that perspective, I absolutely
Not
get
just
it.
slavery, welfare reform in the 60s and 70s. Like, this is a long... Ooh.
Now, according to this study from the General Social Survey, black men do slightly cheat more than non-black men, but I will say it's not very significant according to this study. So I do agree with everyone saying that all men cheat and it's not just a black man thing. And I think it's important that black women understand that men of all races cheat. It's important that you're not delusional about that. You know, as we talk about leveling up and practicing hypergamy and dating out, I think it's very important that you know that. However, in my opinion, there's still a lot of black women, specifically black women online, who are jumping to defend black men and attack Loni Love. A lot of black women are delusional about black men too. And you know, I hate to come on here and burst some bubbles, but a lot of you are just as delusional about black men as you are non-black men. And I know many of you aren't going to want to hear this, but black men are the ones making you single mothers at the rate of, I think it's 80% now. Black women experience domestic violence at a higher rate than some other groups of women. Black women are disproportionately affected by HIV and AIDS as well. So regardless of if other men cheat and if other men are dogs too, compared to other races of women, you're having the hardest time with your men, black women. And that's based on the numbers. That's not based on my feelings. That's just the facts. And we won't even get into the colorism and the low marriage rate among black men and the divorce rates compared to other groups of women. So after you know all of that as a black woman, why would you jump to defend black men? Oh, that's right, because Loni is with a white man and it has you triggered. And see, that's what this really is. And y'all gonna get mad at me, but that is what this is really about. And listen, I have my own issues with Loni, and I agree that many black female swirlers do deify non-black men, especially white men, which is definitely a problem. And it's something I've discussed on my channel. But that's a problem that needs to be discussed on its own, not in this situation, to defend black men. And it goes back to what I've been saying about code. Y'all need to know when to sit things out. And this is one of those times where I feel like black women should have set it out and let black men defend themselves. When is the last time black men jumped up to defend you when you were being attacked by other black men or by white people or attacked in general? When you were being compared to dogs or being called pit bulls, where were all of these videos and comments by black men specifically? If a celebrity black man who dated a white woman came out and generalized black women and talked about you, you know, being overweight or being, you know, a single mother or having diseases or wearing weave or, you know, all the things that they say, do you really think that all of these videos would be made by black men in your defense? Do you really think all of these comments will be made by black men in your defense? I think we all know the answer to that, which is why black women, I'm sorry, but you look foolish condemning Loni Love for this. You are totally off code. I'm seeing videos, I'm seeing comments all over the place from black women defending black men. And ladies, this is part of what contributes to their arrogance. This is why they feel like they can get away with anything, because of how you defend them. No matter what they do to you, you will still jump up and defend them. Ladies, this is not your fight. This was not your fight. It wasn't. Now, I 100% don't think that swirlers, male or female, should talk black and sleep white. It's a conflict of interest there. But y'all know good and well, y'all don't have the same energy for black men who do it. Let's just be honest here. There are men on YouTube right now talking black with non-black wives that have thousands, millions of followers, get all these donations, and you guys support those men. So, you can miss me with the fake outrage behind Loni. Y'all are triggered mainly because she is a black woman with a white man. That is why you're triggered. That's what it is. And it's funny how y'all tell me, and other women on YouTube to ignore when black men disparage black women and they say something negative about us on, on television or on a public platform. But as soon as a black woman says that black men cheat on a public platform, y'all are outraged about it. Well, what happened to ignoring everything and being unbothered and, not letting things trigger you and all this stuff? Oh, yeah. As long as it's a black woman who says something that you don't like, it's okay to be triggered. It's okay to respond to it, right? I really wish that we as black women were as hard on black men as we are on other black women, because maybe we'd be better off as a group. Just maybe. And like I said, I have my own issues with Loni. She's not my favorite person. I'm just going to be honest with you. And I just wish, honestly, I was hoping that, the whole rumor about Amanda Seales replacing her was true, because as long as she stays on that show, she is going to be criticized way more than everybody else. And I've already explained why that is, with the colorism, her being overweight. She has said it herself. Everything that she says at this point is going to be heavily scrutinized compared to the other women on the show. Because if you heard, Amanda Seales was agreeing with her. She was agreeing with her. But of course, nobody is talking about Amanda Seales. And everything that Loni does, because of how she looks and because of who she's with, is going to be put under a microscope. So I honestly feel like, she should not be on the show at this point. But that's just my opinion. I can't tell her not to be on the show and stop her bag. But, we're going to continue to do this to her, But I have my other issues with Loni. I'm not, defending everything she says. Like I said, she's not my favorite person. And I do have a problem with black women who deify white men. I'm going to be honest with you about that. A dusty is a dusty, no matter the race. I've said this several times, and I don't want black women falling into this trap thinking they're going to have, a white savior or a non-black savior. That's a very dangerous way of thinking, and I've said this several times. I think if you are at your best and you vet men appropriately and date up or equal, you'll get a good deal. You won't have to worry about a lot of things, but Loni really doesn't deify white men. She's not in these hypergamy conversations. She's not necessarily pro-black. She never said that white men don't cheat. So I feel like everything she says is exaggerated. The conversation on the show was about black men. She gave her opinion, and that was that. And I think black people, both male and female, are just projecting their own biases onto her because, again, she's a black woman with a white man. And when it comes to black women dating out specifically, especially dark-skinned black women, they don't have the same freedom as black men who date out. That's the issue here. And that's what everybody is mad at. So I just want black women to read between the lines. How dare Loni Love be with a white man and say anything bad about black men? Y'all know black men are going to come out to attack, and black women are as their attack dogs and their defenders and their first line of defense, their Wakandan warriors. We're going to be right behind them. And once again, we look foolish. We look foolish. But I didn't have much to say about it. That's all I have to say. You guys were completely off code, and this kind of stuff just, it sets us back as black women, in my opinion. This is exactly why black men feel like y'all ain't going nowhere. They feel like they don't have to improve. This is why, because you guys do things like this. You defend them when they don't deserve it. I was not going to do a video about this, but after seeing how silly black women look defending this, I had to come through, give my perspective, and hopefully balance some things out, because y'all look ridiculous. That's all I have to say about this. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section, and I'll catch up with you in the next video.